don't eat anything else or I'll come after you. But don't use that. If you do use it, right underneath it, this was about ice cream. What villain? That's a better question for you. What villain would I be?
Oh, what
and I'll
villain
tell you
would
what
you
villain
be?
you would be.
Okay.
You want to do it at the same
Let's
time?
see.
3,
2,
2, 1. The Riddler.
The Joker. Oh,
Fantastic.
okay. That was kind of
there you
cool.
go.
Yeah. I think we mutually share this fear, and it's the dark. Actually, Andy and I have bonded over this quite a few times.
Yes.
We're both super afraid of the dark. It's a big problem.
I'm terrified at all times. I firmly believe that my bus that is haunted and that there's a bus ghost. And so now I sleep with the door open and all the lights on. And if anybody turns the lights off in the bus, I get up and I turn all the lights back on because I'm scared of the bus that we sleep in.
Yeah. And him sleeping with the lights on means that I don't sleep at all.
I just don't let anybody talk, so I'm just talking over them all the time. They're trying to say stuff and think things, and I'm just talking over them. Probably, by and large, that's the most annoying trait that I have, is the inability to let anyone else, let anyone else say anything at all. One of the people. I'd be Andy. You know how there's like 4 people at any given time who hang out with the puppets? I'd be Andy, the person who hangs out with the puppets.
I'd say I would be Big Bird.
Yep.
Because my last name is Eagleton. I have this eagle tattoo.
And visually, like
birds.
aesthetically speaking, he is the closest person to Big Bird that I know.
Yeah, my nose is like a beak.
I would say the number one thing I have to do before I go to bed is think of all of the terrible situations that could occur. And the kind of just the menagerie of sadness that overtakes my mind for the hour and a half before I willfully fall asleep.
I was just going to say, the thing I have to do before going to bed is listen to Andy vent about all the things that
And then he has to
scares him.
he sings "O Canada" 3 times, and then he can go to bed.
Yeah, it's kind
He's
of
very
weird.
patriotic. What kind of food keeps you alive? I would like to eat something that would guarantee me more meals. I haven't eaten a salad in my life. I'm not really a vegetable eater. I don't eat like a lot of junk food, so I imagine it would just be like whatever the commercial for like Pizza Hut is at any given time, because I also don't eat animal products. So if I was gonna go out, I'd just say, F it, give me the stuffed crust, cheesy bread. And then I would invariably be disappointed because it's never as good as it looks in the commercial. But I would go for that. The dumbest thing I've ever done is impossible to quantify. At all times, it's just a perpetual stupid decision followed by immediate regret and self-loathing.
For me, there was one time we were playing a show recently. I have this super long patch cable. I thought it was long enough. I decided to come and rock out with Andy, you know, because I thought that would be fun.
Also against my will. I've never asked for that.
I didn't even ask him about it. I just went up, and then Andy was like, I don't want to do this, and he walked the other way, almost tripped over the cable. It was super embarrassing, and luckily I didn't get fired.
Something hyper-specific that has no, like, value. And I feel like I might be that already. I am as knowledgeable about the history of the Cincinnati Bengals football organization as anyone in the whole world, and it has made me $0. So I have spent a lifetime accruing that information. I would put my knowledge up against just about anybody, and once again, it is not profitable. So I spent a great deal of time learning absolute garbage. And so that would be about it. That documentary about the guy who tried to cheat the system on The Price is Right. Oh, no, sorry, I watched half of the Steve McQueen documentary. Or no, sorry, Alexander McQueen documentary. Very different people. Try not to make that mistake again. On the plane that we were on. And then I fell asleep, and I woke up, and it was a very different story to when I fell asleep. I missed a big chunk of his life.
Mine was Toy Story 4. I saw it the day before we left for this tour. I cried a lot.
What did you eat in that movie?
I almost got dehydrated.
What did you bring
so
with
much.
yourself to eat during that film?
I try to be a healthy guy, you know, wanted to stay in shape for tour, and I brought a bag of carrots.
Whole bag of carrots, full-size carrots.
Munching on them in the back, and you may have noticed they're very loud vegetables to eat.
It's possibly the rudest vegetable you could bring to a movie.
Yeah, you know, but I did used to work in the food industry, so I know what to do in these cases. So I just waited for loud moments in the movie, and that's when I would bite them.
My favorite fictional hero is a tie between Batman and the fictionalized version of Lonny that I have created. Lonny is a character who is a real person who's standing next to me, and then there's the version of Lonny that I created, which is a much more heightened version. He's Canadian, and he does not understand most pop culture references. For the better part of his life, he has never heard of most things, so I'm introducing him to all of the worst things in the world, and so that's really, the fictionalized version of Lonny can also fly.
It's true.
Who's your favorite?
My favorite fictional character is Super Saiyan Goku. I'm a
looking at
big
the
Dragon
camera?
Ball Z fan.
Are you looking directly at the camera when you say
Directly,
this?
yes. I'm a big Dragon Ball Z
Get
fan.
a little bit closer.
You can probably tell.
Put your mic up a little bit higher.
I try to have
a
his
little bit higher.
haircut.
They can't hear you. A little bit higher.
I try
Like
to
this.
have Goku's haircut.
A little bit higher though.
One time.
And then try doing it where your voice is a little bit higher.
All right. So one time,
A little bit higher though.
I'm good at this level.
Okay, because they can't. The camera can't understand you if you talk so low. You have to just raise it up like a.
I feel like I'm talking.
try up
I feel
here.
like I'm talking higher than you.
Try it up here.
You got a pretty low voice.
I do. He likes Goku. What's next?
I would say Bugs Bunny, because he's the one who was able
Kiss
to
ass.
convince Michael Jordan to come and play for their team, and that was an important part in
I'll go with
rock
Michael
and roll
Jordan.
history. Okay, that's.
I'll go one better. My favorite Looney Tunes
You think you're better
characters.
than me?
Yeah, Michael Jordan. Yeah. Black raspberry chip from Cincinnati's Grater's Ice Cream. Don't eat anything else, or I'll come after you. If you're watching this, please don't cut out just that section where I said I'll come after you and use it in other contexts. That wouldn't be fair or right. But for real, eat that ice cream. Thank you. Good night.